I like that a lot better.
Yeah, how long have you done yoga? I can't remember or practiced yoga.
Well, I started in 1972, so that's 41 years ago. I have taught classes in co-ed yoga with men and women. I've taught, the majority of time I teach women. I've also taught parent-child yoga, which I've always enjoyed very much. Because the children and then the parents or mother usually can work out, can do some yoga with their child. And one thing good about yoga is with kids is that there's so many animal poses. And so I've had classes where we talked about going to the zoo and they become the snake, the cobra, or the crocodile, or the lion, and so that appeals to them because it gives them a visual of what they're doing, and they like to pretend to be these animals. So that's one great thing about yoga, is all the animal poses. My greatest teacher, who I still like very much, is Lilias Folan. She has written several books that I have them all. She's the person who has changed yoga from India to Western yoga. She keeps the basic ideas of yoga, of course, but then she brings it more into the modern era, and I've always liked that. She actually stayed at my house for 3 or 4 years. Not for 3 or 4 years, but for 3 or 4 times that she came to Omaha doing her, she does workshops. And we have, during that time, it was in the late 80s, beginning 90s, that my goodness, we used to get people from South Dakota, Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, all coming here. It was at the JCC in their big gym, and for many years, probably still are.
Okay, so that one is recording.
I don't have time with my
No,
phone.
no, of course not. But you're coping.
Yes.
What?
Hey.
You have a sick husband, and you're coping with it, and you're looking fabulous, and you're not getting sick.
She's been doing this for 20 years, caring and coping.
Laura, Beth.
Good. Okay, we're rolling.
Okay. Hello, my name is Judy Vann. I've been teaching yoga in Omaha for 41 years. I get great pleasure in teaching this ancient yet contemporary activity. Today, my goal is to give you successful solutions to a very common yet harmful problem: stress. Now, how do you suppose you know that that you're feeling stress? And you don't have to answer that question. I'm going to answer it for you. If you are feeling anxious, nervous, agitated, uncomfortable, and or overwhelmed, stress is within you. Just last Saturday, I heard a psychologist call 18 to 30-year-olds Generation Stress. But all is not lost, because practicing yoga, which includes movement, breathing, and relaxation, is the answer, especially yogic breathing. So let's turn Generation Stress into Generation Cool. There are 3 categories of stressors. Number 1, you can foresee it and you can control it. So what is the example of that? The example is the final exam that you all have to take during your 4 years or whatever number of years you're in college. So if that's the example, what is the solution? First, of course, you have to study. I'm not saying any of this yoga is going to put the facts in your head that you need to put on the paper for your teacher. No, but there is a breathing technique that I'm going to teach you now that is going to help you to feel less stressed, feel less agitated, nervous, and even some people have exam anxiety. And if you have exam anxiety and you just think, gosh, I just studied and I can't think of a thing I learned, you're going to do your breathing that I'm going to teach you, and that anxiety is going to go down, so you can allow your brain to get out everything you learned. So we're going to start with the balloon breath, and I'm going to demonstrate first, and then you'll follow me. Balloon breath is, first of all, I'll do it for you. I'm going to put my fingers on my belly. I am going to pretend that my belly is a balloon, and I'm going to blow that balloon up by inhaling air through my nose. We're going to both inhale and exhale through our noses. So here goes. Let me just show you, please. We're going to inhale, balloon the tummy. The lungs are full of good oxygen. We are going to exhale or deflate the balloon, contract our abdomens, and this even gives you one additional benefit. Contracting your abdomen after a complete breath is as valuable to you as a crunch, one abdominal crunch. So it's a double benefit. I like in yoga that there are lots of benefits. So here you go. Put your fingers right on your belly so we can see what's happening. We are going to, and you're sitting nice and tall, good. We're going to first exhale, so we have plenty of room to inhale. Inhale at the same time, blow up your balloon. Let's see those fingers come out. There's one time you get to stick your tummy out as far as you can. And we're going to deflate slowly. Excellent. And crunch your abdomen, strengthening those abdominal muscles. Try that again. I'm watching you. Inhale. Perfect. Nice big breath. And exhale. Crunch your tummy. Very nice. Guide yourself, please, for 3 more of those balloon breaths. Last one. And exhale. Then crunch. And breathe normally. Very well done. I would like you to practice the balloon breath before you go to sleep at night, when you wake up in the morning, and even if you wake up in the middle of the night, say at 2, 3 o'clock, you're all worried about your test, thinking about it. Do I know everything that I need? No, don't think of all those things. Get to your balloon breath so you can get yourself back to sleep. Then, before the test, that's another time. And nobody will even know you're doing it. You're not calling any attention to yourself, but just blow up that balloon and exhale the balloon. And blow up and deflate as many times as you have before you pick up that pencil, if they still use pencils, and put it on your test. The second category is you can foresee it, that is the stress, but you can't control it. And I'm thinking the example, you know that you're going to age, and there is no way to stop it. So, the question is then, how do we keep a youthful attitude? That's what's going to keep us feeling young. Not chronological age. It is how you feel. It is really your good life, your young life, but you're still aging. Here's a solution. We're going to practice the relaxing breath. I do want to tell you that all of these breaths use the same technique as the balloon breath, but we're just going to change the counting on, and we're going to add counting to the relaxing breath. Okay, here is how we do that. If you watch the first time, hands still on tummy. Until you learn this, when you learn it, you don't need to put the hands on tummy. But just, I'd like you to know for once, you don't have to keep that tummy tucked all the time. Here we go. I'll show you first. We're going to exhale. We're going to balloon breath to the count of 4. 3, 4. We're going to pause for 4. 2, 3, 4. We're going to exhale 8, a longer exhalation than inhalation. So let's try to very slowly, and I'll give you a little hint. You're going to hum as you exhale. Hum quietly. We're going to hum. Push, push. Woo! Breathe normally. That long exhalation. Why do we do a long exhalation? It is to, what a long exhalation does is it is a circuit breaker to tension for our nervous system. And look, it's always with us. It's until we're no longer breathing, but we breathe now. Therefore, a long exhalation is what we're looking for. Here we go again. Hands on or off tummy, whichever you wish. We're going to inhale 4, 2, big balloon 3, 4, pause 4. Exhale, hum. Good. Inhale 4. Pause 4. Exhale 8, hum. 7, 8. Get that external crunching. Breathe normally. I would like you now to guide yourselves 3 times with that ratio of 4, 4, 8. Okay, begin now. Last one. Very nice. And breathe normally. Let me tell you a little bit more about humming. I don't know, when I have a big grocery list and I'm in the grocery store and maybe I don't have quite a lot of time to spend in the grocery store, I'm humming as I get my groceries. It keeps me calm. I enjoy the chore very much, if you want to call it that, or the privilege of shopping in a grocery store. And so humming works. Also, as that circuit breaker to tension. Also, say you're in traffic and you're getting a little annoyed. Annoyed means you are full of stress. It's not going to change one thing about the traffic, is it? But you start humming. You can hum a tune. You can hum to the radio that you're listening to if you wish. But humming is very, very important, even around the house. Hum when you feel, oh my God, I got to do this again, or it's a boring chore. No, just hum, and you'd see how it changes the attitude. It does not change what you still have to do. Okay, third category, and this is pretty common also. Just happened to me last week, the week before Thanksgiving. Okay, this is, you cannot foresee the stress, nor can you control it. Well, I would tell you that Thanksgiving week, and I invited quite a few people to stay with me, because I can do anything for a short time. Anyway, I invited my granddaughter and her friend, my 17-year-old cousin and his friend, my nephew from Austin, Texas. He left actually about the middle of that week, but he still had been with me for 10 days, and my niece and nephew from Fort Collins, Colorado, and their 2 kids. So this to me sounded really great until I got a call that my sister-in-law, who was living in one assisted living, had to really, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, move to another assisted living. So that's, it was just like, man, I am overloaded. This is way too much. So the solution being complete breast standing, because I'm not going to be able to change the situation. It's already happening. But I want to be nervous about it. And here's complete breast standing. So if you'll stand and come to the floor. Okay. I'm going to show you the first time. I'm going to cave in my chest. I'm going to turn my palms out, lightly float up my hands, inhaling all the way up till my fingers touch. So I have a big, big balloon breath here. Turn palms, and here's the hum. Nice and slowly. Measure the humming with your hands. When they come down to your side, you have no more air crunch. Now join me. Inhale. If you're halfway full, that's okay. Maybe you're full now. Exhale and inhale. That's all you have to do. Just end with an inhale and exhale. And you can do this, of course, before you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning. Now, I'm going to show you also how to turn this into a positive, negative thought process. When we turn the palms outward, we're going to be thinking positively about what our stress is. What are there any positives about it? How can I change it into a positive situation so it doesn't make me nervous and ruin my whole weekend? Turn hands away. This is the negative. We have to remember that we not only can think about positive things that happen this weekend, but there are going to be some tough times. Those are the negatives. I'm bringing them out. Now, rest just a minute. I want you to think of a time in your life, could be past, could be today, whatever it is, that you felt absolutely overwhelmed with what was going on. So let's just think about it a minute with your chin down. You're caving in a little bit. Pull in the belly. And here we go. First, I'll let you think about it a second. Here we go. Let's think of the positives about that. Whatever the situation, wild as it is. One nice deep breath, or 2, it doesn't matter. Just so you end with the fingers and inhale, turn the palms down. Oh gosh, now we got to think about all the work you have to do, all the problems that it's going to cause, all the, too much, too many dishes, too much laundry. You guide yourself for 3 more of those complete breaths. Complete breaths. Good. Because remember, it does not change the situation. It helps you cope in a healthy style. Summertime, you can do this outside or by an open window. Very nice. Thank you so much. Now, you can sit again if you will. So the solution to that, complete breath standing. Yeah, you can sit in your chairs if you want. To summarize, we can't change stressors, but we can change our reaction to them, remaining calm, cool, and collected. Now, if you'll get on your mats, I'm going to teach you some postures, yoga postures. And you're going to be on all fours. comfortable for you. Good. Just be in a table position. Let me just tell you something about each posture that we do. Remember I told you that yoga is a combination of breathing, movement, and relaxation. So as we do each move, you're going to do those 3 very outstanding movements and breathing and relaxation with each move that we do. And I will talk you through that so you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, and I will be up here and I will demonstrate also. So the first thing we're going to do is the crocodile breath. So we're going to be lying, now after you're on your all fours, go to your tummy, make your hands into a pillow, your top of your feet can be on the mat, and I like crocodile breath because it's going to be the same balloon breath, but it's going to be very graphic because, let's try this, exhale, pull your belly upward, away from the mat, or at least just lightly touching the mat. Now, feel how your balloon breath expands, and you can just picture it as you feel it. Big, big breath. Good. Exhale, and at the end of that exhalation, contract that belly. I've always liked this one because even with the hands on the belly, this is definitely the most illustrative of this breathing technique. So here we go. Sorry, exhale again. Inhale. Feel that tummy, how it pushes into the mat. And exhale. And lift the tummy up. Now breathe normally a minute. Remember, there's some other parts. There's another part besides breathing and relaxation, and besides breathing and movement, that is. There's relaxation, so I want you to scan your body a minute and tell yourself, wow, are my legs relaxed? I don't need my legs or my feet, do I, for this particular movement? No. Is my face relaxed? Are my eyes relaxed? They can be closed or open, whatever makes you most comfortable. I usually keep my eyes closed because really what's around me doesn't influence what I'm doing. So feel super relaxed as you inhale, crocodile breath. Guide yourself for 3 of these. The balloon breath, we could call it upside down. Good, last one. Very nice, and you're very, very relaxed. That's great. Now come to the all fours, the cat, or you can call it a table. And this is for flexibility of the spine. If your wrists are okay, in this right ankle position, fine. There is an adapted pose too where you could rest your knuckles on the mat, but preferably you will have the right ankle. The cat, if you watch first, I'm going to do what we call a cat arch. It's turning your pelvis inward, your forehead aims to touch your tummy, but of course that wouldn't work. It's just that feeling of arching the back. And that would be an exhalation, which is that crunch, and then an inhalation as you sag the back. So it's a cat arch and sag back. Let's start with the cat arch. And a nice pressure forward with your pelvis. Bring your chin to your throat. Push on your hands or knuckles. Pull in the belly. And that, of course, is your exhalation. Inhale now very slowly. Yoga is done in slow motion, which again is counter to stress because we move so fast every day that yoga gives you time to unwind and move slowly. That's your inhalation. Feel that tummy drop toward the mat. And here we go. Exhale. I'll watch you. Very nice. Nice arch. Beautiful. And sag as you inhale. And be sure your face is relaxed. Good. One more time. Guide yourself. Very nice. And that slow motion feels so good for a change. Good. Come back to the table position, and what we're going to do, just for a moment, is a counter move. We are going to have the top of the feet on the mat. We're going to slowly sit back. Now, it just depends on your flexibility. If you're unable to sit with your seat near your heels, that's no problem. Just sit in whatever position your thighs and knees will allow. Those of you who go a little further, very nice. And widen your knees, that helps you to drop that in the middle of your body, right in between the knees. And this is called pose of the child. Bring your forehead to the mat. If you can't, I want you to make a little stack with your knuckle, with your hands. Don't ever have your head just hanging. But if you can flatten and have your hands be a pillow like we did in Crocodile Breath, that works well too. Or on the mat itself, and hands alongside. So you have a good choice here, depending on your mobility.
And Judy, if you're heavy or stiff, can you put those legs wider out
Yes,
to be able to get down?
to get absolutely wide your
Heavier
knees.
person?
Yes. Good question. Good. Let's go back to the second part of our cat series, coming to the table. Table, by the way, if you'll notice, you can check your own knees that are perpendicular to your hip, and they're parallel to one another, and the hands also perpendicular from the wrist to the shoulder, and hands spread those fingers, so it gives you a nice balance for your hands too. What we're going to do is tail of the cat. So first of all, we're going to move that left, you can watch if you wish or join me, the left knee inward. You're balancing now on 3 points, and the right leg is going to go straight back, and there's actually a feeling of force going from the hip to the toe. So it's as if an invisible force is pulling that ankle away from the hip. Very nice. Now, bring the knees back together, but they're touching one another now. You're going to bring that, the left knee, so actually the position is a tripod. The right knee is, it would be a line in between the thumbs. Now extend, left leg, same inner force, pull that toe away from the hip. Pull, that's the tail of the cat. Ooh, if you get a little cramp in your foot like I just did, you can certainly go release and point, and flex and point, and flex and point. Should never have any pain in yoga. Yoga is all gain, no pain. And bring knees together. And back to your table, so your knees come apart. Now we're going to do what's called thread the needle. This too is for back flexibility. And by the way, an adage in yoga is that we are as young as our spines are flexible. So we're going to raise, you're going to raise the right arm upward. You can watch the first time if you wish or join me. Don't turn your neck. Neck is to be relaxed. But put your eyes so you can see your thumb sticking out of that right hand. That's your inhalation. And then exhale and slide the arm through what we call the needle. And you're going to rest, oh my gosh, on that right shoulder. A wonderful pull for the right shoulder. Looks kind of awkward, but it feels really good. Good, we're breathing normally. We're going to hold. Now we're going to bring that arm back in. It's going to go up again. Eyes, very nice eye muscle strengthening, by the way, when you look way to the corner of your eye. And swing through, same side. And rest on the shoulder. So you can feel a really good stretch, powerful stretch in that right shoulder. And although it's awkward, it's not that uncomfortable, shouldn't be anyway. Breathing normally. Good. And drag through back to where you were. And we're going to rest in that pose of the child again. If you need to widen the knees, to bring yourself a little closer down to bending the thighs. But if your seat is up a little bit, no problem at all, just so you're in a relaxing pose. Pose of the child. Pillow for the head, just no hanging heads. Breathing normally. Just you scan your body, will you, to see if you're totally relaxed in this position. This is not a movement, this is not breathing, this is relaxation. Let's go back to the all fours, table or cat, but perpendicular knees to the hip, and hands to the shoulders, good, and parallel, you can always check. Here we go, opposite side, up goes the left. And again, don't crack your neck wants to relax. Just the eyes go way. I can see, wiggle your thumb so you can see what you're watching. Very nice, that's an inhale. Same little breath, and through we go, that's your exhalation. If you want to hum, that's fine, just a nice slow exhalation. Now, let's scan the body now that you're relaxing in this a bit odd position, but very, very beneficial. By the way, it's also an inverted posture. Your head's below the heart, which also gives you a good interfacial and good brain improver. Just breathing normally. But check, are your feet relaxed? Legs relaxed. Back twisted. Twisting the back is very, very good for it. It leads to that flexibility you're looking for. Okay, exhale before you move. Inhale. And repeat. Up goes the needle. Again, eyes, wiggle that thumb. But don't stretch your neck. The necks are so important not to be tense. And swing on through. Good, and I'll watch you. Very nice, good stretch and breathing. Let's take one deep breath in this. And exhale. Come back up to the all fours. Very, very nice. Pose of child, again, if you will. Widen those knees, or you can have knees together, whatever works for you. One thing about yoga is that it is as flexible as our spines want to be, which means each individual student, it doesn't matter how far you can go, how deep you can go in a posture, it just matters that you are doing some breathing, movement, and relaxation. Very nice. Now we are going to do a pelvic tilt. That, if you will come to your all fours and just gently roll onto your back. So here we go. Very nice. Okay, if you'll bend your knees, please. And let me tell you a little bit about a pelvic tilt. Maybe you already know a pelvic tilt. If you know it, do it with me. First of all, we're going to inhale and change the pressure of the back to the lower back. By that, I mean you're going to have a little tiny arch in your back. And so you feel the pressure right at the lowest part of your back. That's an inhale. Exhale, vertebra by vertebra, will you roll that pressure to your waistline? And if this is brand new to you, you can put your hands under the waistline, and you'll feel, again, kind of a double movement, so you're sure you're doing it right. We're going to inhale, and you lift. You can feel less pressure on the fingers, and you feel more pressure on the very lowest part of your back. That's your inhale. And exhale, roll onto your fingers or the lower back, or the waistline, whichever you are feeling best about. Inhale, roll, oh, it's that rolling, feels so good, to the lower back, and exhale.
Are you pushing with your feet when you exhale?
Yes, you can push with your feet, yes, as an assistant, as an assist, that's a very good idea. You pull in that tummy. Try 2 more of those, guiding yourself. You watch it. And nice. Same old balloon breath in there. Give yourself that crunch. Oh, very, very nice and smooth. Picture yourself doing that in bed. Before you go to bed, your back has been carrying you around in a vertical position all day, and very often getting some, oh gosh, it gets strained, it gets achy. So just, let's say 6 pelvic tilts at night in bed on your lovely mattress is going to help you have a back that is not going to keep you up, because it's going to feel flexible and not achy. Now, the counter move to the pelvic tilt is this. Simply lift your legs, cross your ankles. It doesn't matter which foot you put over the other, which ankle you put over the other. Take both hands, and this too depends on your flexibility. I'll tell you the levels. You can just put your hands under the knees and watch those shoulders. Those shoulders get to relax, don't they? So no tense shoulders. Watch your face. No, if you see marathon runners, of course, they're straining every bit of their body when they run. Who can run 26 miles? It's without making kind of a scrunchy face. In yoga, no, it's very smooth. You have a smooth, placid face. Face has nothing to do with this. Shoulders has nothing to do with this particular move. So it's knees to the chest, or next step is for those who can, doesn't matter, you're not competing. That's another thing, no competition in yoga. I truly love that. So, otherwise, if you can wrap the arms around the back of your knees and just grip onto your elbows or your thighs, either one, everyone's getting the same benefit. So just, oh, and this is a good one. Try inhaling, try your balloon breath against your thighs. Oh man. That's hard to do, but I like it because it makes you feel you're pushing against those thighs, trying to get a balloon. And exhale, relax. Accept the crunch. We get to work our bellies. One more, push against those thighs as you inhale. Oh, fabulous. And exhale. And pull it down. Good. Now, there's something kind of fun. What we're going to do is grip the top of both knees. We're going to do what's called a clock on our back. At this moment, if you'll just change the position of the ankles, cross your ankles, the other way. If you can, if it's uncomfortable, do it the same way. Usually in yoga, we like to do right and left, cross, uncross, that type of a balance. But here we go. 12 o'clock. Knees are together, shoulders relaxed. You don't need shoulders. What do you need? You need the levers, which are the elbows, and you need the fingers. It's the only thing that has to work here. So there's 12 o'clock. Move clockwise to 3 o'clock. And not so far that you feel like you're tipping over. And move to 6 o'clock. Now, what is the clock? The clock is your lower back. And 9 o'clock. Knees stay together. Don't use your shoulders, use your levers to go back to 12 o'clock. Let's go counterclockwise. 9 o'clock. Feel that on your back. 6 o'clock, you have a backache. Do this on your rug at home. 3 o'clock and 12 o'clock. That's absolutely wonderful. Okay, now we're going to do what's called a sit back. So what I want you to do, if you can do it, is you can put your hands back, but we'll use a little momentum. Hands back, throw your arms forward, and try to sit up in a sitting position. Okay, so sit back is what we do in yoga instead of a sit up. The sit up is in calisthenics. It's wonderful. You can do 100 of them. You can do 150 of them, whatever you want to do. But if you prefer doing a yoga sit back, it is the same strengthening and conditioning of the abdomen, and it's the hold. That means we don't have to do it 100 times. We can do it, if you're doing it 9 times, that's fine. Okay, so your feet are heels comfortably away from your body. Your legs are perpendicular to one another. Now, the hands, you can do this with me or watch the first time. What I'm going to do is cave in my chest, round my back, and now I'm going to get my neck. There's no tension in the neck in a sit back. And then, doing exactly what it sounds like, we are going to sit back arms distance from the knees. And what's holding us? The abdominal muscle. The abdominal muscle. It's hard to breathe. You're going to breathe just a very shallow breath. This is not the balloon breath. And if your feet are getting achy, you can even use your heels. You can rest on your heels. Don't have cramps in any part of your body. We're holding. We're going to come up slowly. Could be to an inhalation. That sounds like it'd be good. Cross your ankles. Counter move is hang forward. Hang. If your knees do not allow you to do this, stretch your legs out before you and just do a forward bend. You can bend the knees. It doesn't zip. If you're in a forward bend, you do not have to press your knees into the mat. Just an easy stretch. This is a counter move. Okay, now we are going to go back to the sit back position. I'm just going to change the hand position. We just did level 1, which is hold on to your knees. Well, now, as we go back, we are going to hover the hands above the knees, which means abdomen has to work a little harder. Okay, let's see if you're ready. If not, grab those knees. So we have levels, and we have, it just depends on where you are at this moment. So we're going to sit tall, inhale. We're going to cave in. Exhale, exhale. The breathing for the sit back cannot have the belly balloon. You can't do that. So you're just breathing shallowly, sit back, cover the hands, and go arms distance away from the knees. Keep holding. Ooh, watch your shoulders. I bet they're up a little bit. Shoulders have nothing to do with this. Elbows have nothing to do with this. It is strictly the belly. Do you want to play piano on your belly? See how it's working. Keep holding. You want to really strong. The belly supports the back.
And that's been 30 seconds in that position. How long do you want to hold this
Wow.
usually?
Okay, I would say time to come up. But the person doing it, you can hold as long as you wish. But we're going to come up right now. We're going to inhale up. Cross those ankles, or legs, sorry, at the shin. Wherever's comfortable, or legs straight out. And just let gravity pull you forward, pull you down with no tension to the neck. And I would say nothing wrong with a sit-up that's a calisthenic sit-up, but watch the neck is all I can tell you. Do not strain your neck 100 times. That would not be wise.
So sit backs, Judy, you could probably start with 30 seconds and then increase if you
Yes,
wanted
even
more.
start at 15.
Even start at 15?
Yes,
Okay.
even 10. I like you to start low and gradually increase.
Okay.
Never force it. I want to show you the level 3. We'll see if we can do this. If we can't, go back to level 2 or level 1. Every level is good for the abdomen to strengthen it. Okay, so here we go. This one is grab one shoulder, grab the other shoulder, sit up tall, legs are in exactly the same position, and this certainly reminds us to get those shoulders. Lift your shoulders, see what happens to you. You don't need to do that. Shoulders work hard enough. Just grip them. They're pulling downward. They're not working. Inhale tall. Cave in. Slowly, slowly, slowly. You're going to go on with this one as far back as you can without dropping backward. How far back will your abdomen hold you with these heavy arms? At it. Breathing shallow. You're going to hold for about 10 if you can. That's already 5. If you need to come on up and go into that counter move. That's probably 9, 10. Inhale up. Very good. Across your ankles. And again, this same counter move goes with no matter which level you are on at that moment. Whew. So it kind of makes you happy to do that, huh? Feels really, really good. Your abdomen should be like a fist. It is so tight. And it'll help you all day long to support those back muscles. Very nice. Now, let's go back to our pelvic tilt. That's going to be the last one we do. But we're going to add to it a bridge. Because, and I'll show you why, the two go together. Now, at this point, I want you to sit back slowly. Bend your knees. This is a test. You're having a test right now. The test is, can you sit back slowly using the abdominal muscles to actually lower you vertebra by vertebra? Wow, all the way down. How'd you do? You're doing great. That's the test. Oh, you all got an A+ on your test. There you go. You didn't seem a bit nervous, did you? That was very good. Okay, pelvic tilt again. The pelvic tilt is the beginning of a bridge. The hands are alongside the body. And we all want to be the Golden Gate Bridge. So I'm going to show you how to get there. Will you step back your heels, your feet, so your fingers are touching the back of your heels, if you can do that. Just feel, though, that gives you a more perpendicular knee to heel to mat position. And you know there's no bridge that doesn't have nice, straight supports right into the San Francisco Bay, like the Golden Gate. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take an inhalation, and tilt your pelvis so that that inhale means push the back of the mat, the lower back into the mat. But now we're going to exhale to the pelvic tilt, that is the waistline into the mat. And with an inhalation, soft tummy, can you raise yourself upward to a slant board? That's what we call the bridge. Slant board. We open your eyes and notice if your thighs are parallel. You have to kind of lift your head for just a minute because that's stress on your neck. We want to do that. So here we are. We're in a bridge. I'm going to turn and look at you. Looks very nice. Keep your seat tight, by the way, and keep that pelvic tilt so that it's in the push your waistline down position. Now, what I like to do, find your fingers. Can you do that? Find your fingers under you. And can you draw your shoulder blades together toward one another? They're not going to touch, of course. Good. That looks great. That supports. There's a support to our bridge. Looking very nice. Take an inhalation. Unlace. We're going to come down now. Unlace your fingers. We're doing it very slowly. Separate your blades, and let's first take an inhale. Exhale, come down vertebra by vertebra, and will you be aware of each vertebra pushing into the mat, into a pelvic tilt, and then relaxing. And take your legs once more, cross, left ankle over right, and we're going to do that clock again. So it's either hands in fact, we're all going to have hands on these. Because when we do the clock, you do have to have hands on these. So we're going to do the clockwise. 3 o'clock. Just breathing normally. 6 o'clock. 12. And picture that on your back. It's such a nice massage. You're giving yourself a self-massage. Very nice. Back to 6. 12. And here we go. 9. And 6. You can do this as many times as you want. We're just going to do it this clockwise, counterclockwise. 3 and 12. That's great. We're going to do one more Golden Gate Bridge, and I'm going to watch it. Or we can do the Missouri River Bridge. The Omaha to Council Bluffs Bridge, a little closer. Okay. We have nice bridges. I would say not quite like San Francisco, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so you're lying down. We're going to do one more bridge, ladies. Students. All right. So you're touching the heels. Your knees and thighs are parallel. Your chin's going to be centered on the notch in your throat. First, take an inhalation, press the lower back. First the lower back, or the really lowest part of the back, into the mat. Then we're going to exhale, press the waistline into the back, and lift. Vertebra. Press on your hands, press on your feet, but our neck is relaxed, face is relaxed. You're going to lift, float upward. Float upward in a bridge. Very nice. Tighten your seat. If you can feel that pelvic tilt in the air, that's an additional support for the back. Find your fingers under you, lace, and walk blades together. Very good posture, by the way. This helps you have good posture because you have flexibility in between those shoulder blades. Take a deep breath in as you're up there. And then exhale, stay up. This is the inhale to come down, but don't do it yet. Inhale. Now unlace fingers, separate those blades. And slowly to your exhalation, press and be aware of each vertebra. Face is relaxed, neck is relaxed. Very nice. Back to holding on to the crossed ankles, holding on the knees, cross the ankles, and clock. 12 o'clock, the 3. Good. Guide yourself in. Oh, and if you ever get home from being on your feet all day, at work all day, get on your rug and just do a clock for yourself. It's an incredible release of achiness. Perfect. Now we're going to have relaxation. And I call this instant relaxation. So if you'll just glide your legs straight out on your mat and widen your feet to about as wide as your mat is. Good. Turn your palms upward, resting your arms beside, not outward, but it's better to be more in A position. Right? I didn't mean beside you, I mean outward in an A, capital A. Can you picture that? Palms out, that's it, very nice. Just make it simple. Very good. And first of all, I'd like to roll your head to the right, and keep it on the mat, center, and left. And to keep that neck so it's very, very open and very loose. Because look at this teeny little skinny neck that we got. And it is the full blood supply to the brain. I mean, it's pretty amazing. So we don't want to ever keep tension in our neck. Very nice. And with your chin centered on the notch in your collarbone. And then scan your body just a minute and see how do your toes, wiggle your toes a little bit. How do your feet feel? Punch your knees up and down. Just to be sure they're relaxed. Good. Hunch your shoulders upward. Just drag them upward toward your ear. Let's see what really tension, we're creating tension right now. Oh man, we don't want that for very long. Take an inhale. Drag the shoulders down, 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 down from your ears, even further than you want them, and then let them go. Good. Instant relaxation, I want to describe it to you first, is we start at the toes, the feet, the ankles, and so on, upward, keeping tension. Now we're going to put a lot of tension in the body purposefully. I just told you to get rid of tension. Well, you get rid of tension on the way back down. But when you tense from the toes to the nose, and I'll direct you each part of the body, up to your nose, and then we let go, piece by piece, from the nose back down to the toes, and you'll feel all the hidden tension leave your body. So it becomes a totally relaxed situation because your body understands, I don't like to be tensed for that long time. I don't want tension in my body. I want to be in a relaxed position, which lets you have more energy in. Energy, exhaustion drains your energy. If you, I'm sure have felt that at times when I'm just so uptight and so anxious, so nervous, I'm exhausted because there's no room in your body for calmness. So we're going to tense it on purpose and then let it go. So you see the difference in feeling. I just would warn you on your feet. At this moment, point your toes away from you and see what that feels like. No cramping, I know how awful that is. Now just flex your ankles. See which position you prefer. And if during the relaxation you need to change that position, no problem at all. Okay, now relax your feet. And I'll talk you through instant relaxation. First of all, you focus on your toes and your feet and your ankles. And I want you to over-tense them in any way that you can. I know it's not comfortable, but any way that you can, and hold it for maybe, it probably isn't more than a couple minutes. So now your feet are very tense, the toes, the ankles. Now focus now on your knees. And think about them a minute, how important they are to us. Gosh, some people are having to have knee replacements. If we can keep our knees that we were born with, there's nothing like our knees that we're born with. So now press the back of those knees into the mat. So what's getting tense now is the calf, of course those toes and heels, the calf, and now the knees are down into the mat. It's not comfortable, I know, but you're teaching your body, don't hold tension. And now tighten your thighs, which they probably already are, because with the whole leg comes tightening the thighs, and then tighten your seat muscles. So you have like a little lift, actually. Tighten those seat muscles. You are now tense from the waist down. You're not going to tense your belly because we have to breathe. We have to do our balloon breath. Doesn't have to be an exaggerated breath, by the way, just a comfortable breath. But we're tense. We're tense from the waist down. So keep it tight as you now focus on your fingers and your hands. Wiggle those fingers because now you can either make a fist or stars, and that's how you're going to tense the hands. Now, go to the arm, the elbow, and the upper arm, lower arm. Hover your arm and hands about an inch, just an inch above the mat. And you're going to really feel tension because those are heavy. I don't know if they're 7 pounds, whatever they are, very heavy. You are now tense. Let's go back, but don't let go. Feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, seat, hands and arms. Now you're going to drag those shoulders. That's very hard. Drag those shoulders with the hands hovering to your ears like you're wearing earrings. Oh, God, that's super uncomfortable. Okay, it won't be long now. Go into, we're not going to lift the head, absolutely not. We are going to go into the face. Keep the rest of the body tense. Here we go. You're going to tighten your eyes so that the upper lid is pushing against the lower. You're going to wrinkle up your nose. You're going to purse your lips like a big clown kiss. and you're going to push your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Super tense. You can barely breathe. You can barely stand this. But now comes the best part. We're going to start with, we're going to do the opposite we just did. Keep everything else tense. We are going to let the tongue relax in the mouth. We are going to let the lips be together, but very lightly. We're going to smooth the nose, the eyes, keep them closed, but they're smooth now. We're going to drop our shoulders down from our ears. Ooh, God, with a big sigh, it's so good. You're now going to drop those hands and arms. Just let them flop. Wiggle the fingers. Ooh, we're still tense from the waist down. We got to get out of this. We are going to let go of the seat muscles, the thighs, let go of the knees, the calves, and finally the poor feet and toes. And wiggle those toes. Oh my gosh, wiggle those fingers. Point and flex your ankles. Because sometimes the body holds some of that tension. Here, we've been very tense with it for a minute and it wants to hold it. Well, we're in control of that. We're not going to let that happen. Very nice. And now just survey your body from toes to nose. See if there's any bit of tension. If there is, just give it a jiggle, give it a wiggle, and it'll go away. And let's take a deep yogic balloon breath. And a deep exhalation. Give that abdominal muscle a crunch. 2 more balloon breaths, guide yourself. Just re-scan your body with your mind. Just check every little part. Is it feeling light and airy and tension-free? Very nice. Now roll toward your heart side. And push. Roll to your side. And rest just a minute in that nice little bed knee position. And come to a seated position. Just push yourself upward. Let your head be the last thing to come up. We're not tensing. And we'll end our class. Good. And let's say together. May the universe find peace and harmony. Together. May the universe find peace and harmony. May the world find peace and harmony. May I find peace and harmony. Namaste. Namaste.
All right, good job, you guys. You!
Oh my goodness.
Okay, that's great.